Saving money is what's really important for every single freelance designer out there, because you're going to end up spending the money recklessly if you don't spend it in the smart and organized way. So we're going to talk about in this video how can you actually save your money and where you should cut corners and where you should actually invest. Hey designer, Alex here, welcome to the channel. And the main and key error I see out there at every single design group or with young designers is as soon as they get some money, as soon as they start a big project, as soon as they get their first big client, they go ahead and spend that money recklessly. They don't think about saving, they don't think about future, they just think about getting the new gear, getting the cool drone, perhaps invest in a nice car or something like that, but nobody's actually thinking about saving the money for the future or saving the money to increase the amount of the business you have or to hire help for your business or something like that. So that's why I decided to create this video, perhaps to help some of you out there, to advise you maybe what can you do to save as much money as possible. So to start, perhaps you can buy a cheaper gear. Let's say that you saw this keyboard that costs, for example, $100. I saw a Microsoft keyboard which looks extremely nicely. Apple has all of these expensive keyboards, not to mention gaming keyboards and so on. But do you actually need that keyboard? And that's the main and key important thing to understand and to realize. You do not need it. So the best keyboard you have is the best keyboard for you right now. I don't say never buy a keyboard, but perhaps you should put on the piece of paper what gear you actually 100% need right now in order for you to work. So let's say that you need a computer, but let's say I need 2 monitors. You do not need 2 monitors, especially if you cannot afford them. Don't dry yourself too thin and don't go ahead and spend all of the money that you work really hard to earn on, for example, 2 or 3 monitors, on this really expensive chair, on this really expensive desk and so on. Work with the gear you already have and invest little by little. Let me give you another example. For example, if you're working on a project which is going to take you 6 months to complete, or working part-time for a client, and let's say that your contract is due in 6 months, so you're going to receive, let's say, a salary every single month for those 6 months. Perhaps 1 month you can buy a mouse, but once again, don't go ahead and spend too much money on a mouse. Go ahead and buy a little bit nicer mouse, which is going to ergonomically fit your hand and it's going to be easier for you to work with. But don't go ahead and immediately spend that money on really expensive mouse. Simply start with a nice one, then next month maybe you should invest in a better monitor, because the monitor is the thing which you are looking at every single day for hours on end. So perhaps maybe you should invest in better monitor. But once again, do one up. Don't just go ahead and spend too much money on, for example, these LG curved monitors, because chances are you really do not need those monitors. I have 2 and I have 2 Dell monitors, and I'm using the same monitors for like 6 years now or something like that, because they are good enough for me. I have experienced those curved monitors, I have experienced even bigger monitors that what I already have, more high quality and so on, but for the work I am doing at the moment, I really do not need those monitors and to spend all of that extra cash on that particular equipment. Next up, perhaps you should invest in a bigger chair. Maybe you're sitting in your chair for, let's say, 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day, and you should really worry about your back and your back problems which are going to come. So maybe you should invest in chair next, and after that perhaps you can invest in a better mat for your keyboard and your mouse, and you get the idea. So month by month, invest your money little by little. Don't just go ahead and spend every single dollar you earn for that project the first month. So just invest little by little and invest smartly into what you actually going to use and what you actually need for that particular project. So don't go ahead and buy a drone if you really do not need a drone. Don't go ahead and buy an expensive car if you're spending your entire day inside working. So it's really a waste of your money. So perhaps you went ahead and spent the money on these necessities And what you should do with the money you have saved for this project? Well, it's quite simple. If you have the project coming up, that's great because you have at least some security that some new money is coming in. But if you're working as a freelancer, this is extremely difficult and it's always a bit of a struggle, even for more experienced designers out there, because you really do not know if that project is going to end, for example, in 1 month or 6 months. And in majority of cases, they say in contract, okay, we are going to pay you for 3 months, for example, but it ends up that the work is taking only, let's say, month and a half. They might pay you 2 months, so for that final month you're not receiving any money because you didn't do any work. So those contracts can change from time to time. Just make sure to keep that in mind. So in that case, I really recommend that you save some money on the side. What I really recommend you guys to be doing is invest in people. So invest in people who are going to help you expand your business. So for example, if you do not know how to code, you can offer that service to somebody else, and somebody else can help you with the code, and you can offer your service to your client at a bigger price. So you can charge more because now you have a small team of 2 of you guys, for example, or 3 or something like that, and then you can charge more by offering more services to your clients. Perhaps you're not really good with branding. Maybe you should hire a brand designer. You get my point. So you're going to hire designers who are going to help you scale your business, offer more services to your clients, and charge more for those services, so you can then end up paying to these people who are working for you. If you don't want to hire anybody, maybe you can invest that money that you saved on the side to promote yourself. Maybe you can pay for Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, you can pay for LinkedIn to promote your profile, you can pay to some publication to do an interview with you, you can create an online video that is going to be sent to online publications to post it. You get the picture. So you are investing in yourself to attract more clients because you have some more money on the side. That's why I really say to you guys, don't just go ahead and spend the money you earn with hard work and spend it recklessly. Simply invest it back into your own business, and then little by little, month by month, year by year, you're going to figure out what you actually need to have in your business and what you actually need to have from all of this equipment. And that way you are going to spend your money really wisely and save your money even more wisely to invest it back into future projects. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you found some value in it. If you did, make sure to press that like button. I upload new videos every single week on design, passive income techniques, motivation and more. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.